there, I'm Big Alias. How is everyone today? I want to know how every single person on the earth is today. I don't care if you live in Ethiopia or Middlesbrough. I want to know what your vibe is currently. What a stupid way to begin a video. What an outrageously, ridiculously stupid way to begin a video. But I want to talk about something. Has anybody seen Jarvis Johnson's new video? I love that guy, man. I think he's awesome. Great YouTuber, like just super smart dude, and I love watching his videos. And he recently did a video. At the time of recording, it was a day ago. It could be months ago with my upload schedule, but he did a video about these this awful trend on TikTok currently, where people will go in and quote unquote work for free at what are considered sort of minimum wage, very working class jobs, work in supermarkets and cleaning and stuff like that, and treat it like that. That's heavenly. I am so virtuous because I did a job that like millions of people do for a living anyway. But the difference is that I'm kind of hot and a little bit famous, and it's just, it's so frustrating, and I hate this. And it really is an indicator of like a current trend. And I don't just mean in the TikTok sense. I mean like a societal trend. This shift, this wave of just pompous, obnoxious people who have like this dash of fame and wealth, and are like, I'm going to punch so far down on these people, but in a way that makes me seem virtuous, and like this soul-sucking, energy absorbing nature of like, I'm going to take the hard work and the effort and the grit and determination of people who are living paycheck to paycheck and working these manual jobs and doing things that all of these rich pompous fucks don't want to do, in order to make a living and in order to sustain themselves. I'm going to take all of the energy that they put into that, and I'm gonna claim that one's mine. That's my deal. By doing things like this, he also covered. So basically, he covered a few people. He covered this girl who worked in a Walmart unsolicited, just came in and did some work. And he covered someone who came in and cleaned people's toilets. Not people's toilets, sorry, like these establishments' toilets. I think she did a Burger King, and I think she also did a Taco Bell and a Walmart. And in the video, one of them makes the point of mentioning that, oh, and someone, didn't have their card, and so I bought their shopping for them. And, in the one with the woman cleaning, it's, this guy, Alejandro, and she puts on this accent, and she's a white lady, and it's super just like, it's so difficult to watch. And she talks about how he came in, and he was like, oh, you did such a great job, and all of this. And it just reminds me of all of those videos that were big, in the sort of mid-2000s, fell off because we made fun of them, and are now somehow big again, and I don't know why, where people just rock up and hand homeless people like food or just give them money. Thanks, Mr. Beast, I really appreciate all of that, and I hate it, and it's just despicable and a really disgusting thing. Because yes, okay, in that isolated case, if you buy someone shopping, if you give a homeless person food or money, that is great. It's a great thing to do. But firstly, as many people have mentioned, in the past, if you're just doing it for content, then you're not a virtuous person. You're using someone for content. It's no different to a family vlogger using their kids for content, or just anyone being used in any situation. Yes, you are buying them a Burger King, but for the sake of like a $10 meal, you're boosting your career and potentially earning your way to a six-figure salary doing online content creation based off of this one person. You're absorbing their distress and their problems for your own profit. And when you really break it down and consider the notion that you would not have that if it wasn't for this person doing this, you wouldn't have your content, you wouldn't have your handing your burrito to a homeless person if it wasn't for the homeless person, you wouldn't have your look how quirky it is that I, a hot TikTok person, am working in a Walmart. You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for the fact that other people are working at Walmart. And it doesn't matter whether you're putting in an hour's work or cleaning a shelf or cleaning toilets or something like that. You're still absorbing the hard work of those people and getting so much more out of it. And that's what's so despicable. You're using the situation, you're creating a far more sort of profiteering, valuable situation for yourself. Because of something that someone's going through that, quite frankly, they probably don't want to, particularly in the case of a homeless person. They don't want to go through that. And that fleeting moment that passes, that one person who you helped in that situation, which again is great, is just a drop in the ocean. And you could do so much more by actually coming up with methods to help this. And even if you're obsessed with content creation and you are absolutely adamant that you have to turn this into a content creation situation, which is super lame and sad, but whatever, you could turn that into a situation where you make the most of it and you spread awareness to causes that can help. And not spread awareness, because I kind of think that's a little bit pointless too, but create a call to action. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and we'll get into why it probably doesn't happen in a second, but you could create a system where you look into why this is happening and why these people are being failed and why these people have to work so hard for minimum wage, etc, 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 and you can go from the top down and try to penetrate that awful system that they're stuck in and chip away at it and create a call to arms. With all of these millions of people that you have on you can create a call to arms to create a better system where these people aren't on the street and these people don't need your charity. But you're not going to do that. And the reason you're not going to do that is because the political powers that be and the people that we have creating those systems right now are benefiting you by inventing laws like a lot of laws that make it easier for you as a business or as someone who is making a lot of money with things like tax breaks for businesses and stuff like that. And if you chip away at that system and create a more a system that spreads the wealth, in a more sort of spreading way, in a more spread out way, then you lose a lot of those benefits, because that's where the money comes from, and you don't want that. So instead, you go out and you spend $10 and you make 1,000 out of it, and it's super sad. I'm sorry, this actually got a lot more somber than I expected it to. I don't know why it wouldn't have, but yeah, it just really grinds my gears. Anyway, I'll see everyone later.
The PlayStation is only $149, and you can also get leading titles.